We're in a city built on 7 hills, and the fans hoping to see 7 points on the board early. We're at Cincinnati's Paycor Stadium. Well, a tough start for both of these teams, still searching for their first one of the season as we get going in week 3. Here's Charlie Jones with the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The drive starts with a run by Moss. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. Throw left side, complete. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I feel so bad, I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make.
That's grabbed inside the 30. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Juke the defender. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Searches. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
His first throw is an interception. Logan Wilson has it. And the Bengals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback in the offense. Got to flush that mistake and press on ahead.
1st down, ball at the 36.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Escapes the pocket. Finally lets this one go deep left side. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. trying to find his tight end. And now they face second down.
Here we go.
Burrow to the air now. Completes it to his running back, Zach Moss. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Done.
Play action now. Burrow. Flushed out of the pocket. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he drives this forward to the 6. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They'll run with Moss. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Looking to throw, Burrow. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one, Kate. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back on track.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Burrow from the gun. Buys time, rolling right. Catch is made in close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Awareness. Kate, you hear me and so many others talk about it a lot with quarterbacks, but it's critical for every unit on a football field. And for the defense right there, to have an awareness of knowing where the marker was and to make sure that completion wasn't going to move the chains.
Burrow setting up the play action. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home, and boy, did they ever in a big moment.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. A lot of grass ahead, and he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching it, Kate, because now, well, they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Daniels from the pistol. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Daniels on 1st down. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Running left is Robinson. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Chris Jenkins Jr. there on the tackle. The rookie from Michigan there that time.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Daniels throwing on third. On the move, headed right. That's caught for the first. A big 34-yard pickup there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. 1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Hits his running back. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday. Commanders ball as we get back for the second, and they're thinking points. He'll get this to Samuel. And that's a Washington touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Starting the drive with a give to Moss. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
1st and 10 from the 41.
Here we go, here we go. Let's go get 6.
Receiver in motion, headed right. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
I'm one, ready?
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He's going to push one deep down. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals take a second quarter lead. Going after, up and good by McPherson. And the Bengals break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing to run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here he is on 3rd and long. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. He's got time. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of...
Oh, he loses the football. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a 1st down on 2nd down. You're trying to create a manageable 3rd down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Ready?
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40.
Here we go.
They go counter, it's Moss. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Running on 2nd with Moss. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. No gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 7.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
Ready?
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
Burrow back to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And on 4th down, out comes the Bengals field goal team and Evan McPherson. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Motioning the tight end now. Another try following the sack. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Third and long for him here. Taking a deep shot here. They connect on the deep shot. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Moss. And they had that one contained right at the line. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That goes for 36 yards. And it'll be 1st down, Bengals.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Moss gets it from the gun. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, Burrow. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Here we go.
The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
11. Here we go.
Burrow out of the shotgun. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. but there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
And he can't dig him out from deep on their own side. He's stopped inside the 10. That just misses the 50 mark. It's a 49-yard punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They bring McLaurin in motion right. From the 17. He gets this one to McLaurin. Still going through the 25. 16 yards on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Defender's there, it's intercepted. DJ Turner comes up with it. And the Bengals are gonna have it. And he's gonna hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. That pass complete to Moss. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Play made by Deron Payne.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Complete beyond the marker. Give him 13 on that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Burrow setting up the play action. He rolls to his right. Escapes the sack.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. To throw again, it's Burrow. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Evan McPherson on for the Bengals field goal. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Butker knocks it through, and they've taken back the lead.
Well, he moved past that earlier miss pretty quickly here. Okay, nice to see that. And now he can carry a little momentum with him to end this opening half.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. Starting from the 5. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our 1st half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. His return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Robinson on the inside give. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Daniels from the pistol. Escapes out to the left. He's going to keep it this time. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
This is hauled in by McLaurin. It goes for a 38-yard pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Speed kills, baby. You better make that tackle right away on these receivers or you're going to get some serious yak. Those yards after catch just like that. Taking a short gain and turning it into an explosive play.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders take the lead right away in half number 2. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Gonzalez connects on the point after. And the Commanders take a 4-point lead. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, here's Jones. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Moss with a run to start this third quarter. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful run.
And he'll get it up to the 44. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted, actually, so 2nd down coming up.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Into double coverage. Ooh, don't want to do that, and he's there for the interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Commanders will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series. Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. Escapes a defender. It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 39. And that play backfired. He's brought down way behind the line. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a 1st. From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward. From the 22 on 2nd down. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away. So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. It's an Austin Eckler touchdown. Extra point is good by Gonzalez. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Shotgun handoff to Piron. We'll cobble together a yard there. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league. Got his target, it's Higgins. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Burrow from the gun. He beams one deep right side. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept in breaking up those passes.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down.
Here we go.
Looking to throw, Burrow. This has been a trend, yet another interception. And the Commanders take possession off their second interception of the game.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life, really on both sides of the ball. Right? You watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six.
And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Gonzalez now for the extra point. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Commanders push their lead to 18. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Now a give up the middle to Moss. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd down, another run by Moss. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Play made by Deron Payne. Call it no gain, maybe one at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
11. Let's get set.
Burrow back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3 and out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they got to see the chains move to get it going, but that forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
He connects downfield on 4. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the 1st on 4th down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. On 2nd and 10, Burrow again. He's got him, that's Moss. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Moss gets it going right. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Play action now. Burrow buying some time right. The pass falls incomplete, but was there a reason for it? We see a flag out there. Looks like they're going to happily turn this one down and let the play stand.
Pick it up. You're embarrassing. On one. Ready?
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down.
Here we go.
Burrow to the air now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here. Desperation time here on fourth. Brought in close to the 8. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on fourth down. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Up the gut, they go with Moss. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here we go. Here we go.
Again, it's Moss. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Buckle up. It's third and goal.
Here we go. 11.
Out of the shotgun, Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
Cut near the goal line. And he will not get there. They stop him on fourth and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
A 50% hit rate on fourth down, while not horrible, to me signifies something even more important, Kate, and that's that this offense is going to continue to be aggressive. It's been their mindset throughout, and I don't think it's going to change anytime soon.
He'll throw it from his own end zone. Complete. It's McLaurin. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Third and short, Daniels. He has the first over the middle. Keeps it moving. Can they catch him? Makes the 15. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Gonzalez connects on the point after. And the Commanders grow their lead yet again. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. On the return, here's Jones. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go.
They bring Higgins in motion left. First and 10 now. Here's Burrow. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw, almost an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Quan Martin with the pick. And the Commanders will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in, coverage-wise, to every route combination they're trying to throw?
And he's able to reach that midfield stripe after some solid running. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Commanders nearing their first win of the season. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Able to find Ertz. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. This throw is caught. Touchdown, Washington. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Burrow throwing again on 2nd and 10. Finds his man Chase. Gets it to the 15. And this is all for cosmetics as he's in for the late touchdown. The Bengals making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Jamar Chase touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Extra point added on by McPherson. And the Bengals will trail by 25. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And he got all of that one, that's for sure. But with our new kickoff rules in play this year, that means the football's going to be spotted at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He's going deep. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Jordan Battle with the INT. And the Bengals will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Good starting field position awaits the Bengals as they get set for 1st and 10. Burrow out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. So it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Throwing is Burrow. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get it to T. Higgins. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Gun.
Now Burrow. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Play fake here, Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. We get a timeout now from the Bengals. That's going to be their 1st. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Send everybody deep. I know he wants to wait and stretch the field and use his arm. Trouble is, you wait too long, you end up on your back.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the set. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Escapes the pocket. Now he'll try one deep down the right. They connect on the deep shot. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. So it's a win on the road for the Commanders. And it was a game for fans of high